Hello, this is Alec Kerr, the film critic for the Conway Daily Sun, once again sitting in my car, and when I'm in my car with my computer, sometimes I like to talk about the things that are on my mind. And what's on my mind right now are ticket prices for movies. And I realize I'm kind of spoiled where I live and what city folk would consider kind of rural America. And if need be, if I'm willing to travel, I can find movie matinee prices for like $4.25. And that's pretty good. I'm not complaining. But I went to visit a friend in upstate New York and went to a movie theater in Albany at Regal Cinema, and tickets were $11 in the evening per person, and that seems a little steep. And I know the movie industry is trying to find ways to make money and drive people to the movie theaters because there are so many other options for viewing movies now. In addition to television, you can watch movies on your computer, you can watch it on your phone, on your tablets, on your iPods, and there's just so many options for viewing things. Pay-per-view, video on demand, or just pirating movies, getting them from places like Pirate Bay. And so there are so many more options for viewing now that a lot of people don't really see the point in going to a movie theater. And if you're a family of four, you've got to drop $44. You know, that's even before you get popcorn or soda or just go out to dinner before the movie. You know, so going to movies now is an expensive ordeal, and so a lot of people aren't going to the movies anymore. And I think if the movie industry wants to get people to go, they need to bring the ticket prices down. And I think one way of doing that would be to have different prices for certain movies, like big budget movies, like The Avengers, or Dark Knight Rises, or a lot of the big summer movies coming out. You know, I know I'd be willing to pay like $10 to see that, and I think a lot of other people would. The movie I saw this past weekend was Locked Out, and that is a movie that cost about $30 million to make. And a movie like that shouldn't cost $11 to go see that. That should be one that maybe you charge like $5 to see or $6 to see. It doesn't seem to make sense to me to have like the same price across the board of $11 for movies, because if you go to a car lot, not all cars are the same price. You don't see, you know, a car that costs a lot of money to make doesn't cost the same as the car that costs less to make. They're different things, and so to me it seems like it would make sense to have different movie ticket prices based upon how much the movies cost. Now, I realize implementing this idea is not really very viable, and the idea of having like locked prices across the board, like this movie costs $10 to see, this movie costs $5 to see, you know, so you could accuse me of being a socialist or not supporting capitalism. And I'm not saying they have to be rigid prices, but I'm just saying perhaps the distributors can make suggested retail prices. Like there's suggested retail prices in stores, for example. And if a theater decides that they just want to have a flat price, they can still have the flat price. Like if you want to have these theaters like around where I live, like there's the flagship cinemas, and their flat rate for any time of day is $4.25. You could still, those theaters could still have that option, but other theaters could have the option to have higher prices and lower prices depending on the budget of the film. Those are my thoughts on that issue. Leave comments down below if you think this could actually work, and keep watching.